Since 2004, the robotics program at the American School in London has grown exponentially and seeks to become an even more integral part of the school's co-curricular program as it continues to prepare the next generation of learners. Nurtured by ASL mentors, students live the school's core values of respect, responsibility, kindness, integrity, and the courage to act. They have become known at competitions as those who help and teach others. More than once, ASL's robotics teams have earned the Gracious Professionalism Award in competition.
The program started with Chris Goff and Colin McCarty, who are still here today, as well as Mukhtar Ali and Akram Ali, who obviously have been involved in robotics at ASL for a very long time.
And we became the Griffins because the students had the bright idea that an American eagle and a British lion, combine them together, you end up with a griffin. So that's where the name of the team came from.
Okay, so FIRST Robotics is for inspiration and recognition of science and technology. That essentially means we want to connect students with technology. We also want to connect them with mentors in the industry. We want them to experiment to learn the creative process involved. And that starts at a very early age. We can introduce it as early as, kindergarten and preschool, just with Legos and building blocks, and then all the way up into these monster robots our high schoolers are building. Just the development of creativity along with critical thinking and problem solving and technical skills. As they grow in tandem, students have just a wide range of skills for their future.
To me, some of the main 21st century learning skills that we really aim to foster through the robotics program really come through in three main areas: creativity, collaboration, and community. The use of the robotics technologies it's really a tool, right? In a larger learning exercise that our students are engaged in. That exercise really focuses and helps them to develop nimbleness of mind, to also foster their social and goal-oriented agility, and then eventually to grow a larger heart and perspective of how to relate to other people.
So currently with the robotics, it actually helps a lot with problem solving. So the kids will encounter a lot of problems and a lot of issues with robotics. So they actually have to create a program for this. So they have to learn how to do that to start with. Then they have to create and problem solve how to actually use their robot effectively to achieve these missions. So it's breaking down all these different barriers on how they can, first of all, find out what they want to do, and then also find out how they're going to go about doing it. And no two will have the same idea or the same method of actually achieving the same goal.
One of our goals, given COVID, and given the difficulty of meeting with so many students on Zoom at a time, was to maintain the connection between the high school students and the middle school students. Now, normally the high school students come in and mentor the middle school students in person. And we usually have 2 or 3 high school students per meeting. So now we've paired high school students with different grade level groups. So the same high school student works with the same group each week. It's a little more time intensive for the mentors, but they happen to have more time. So they appreciate the opportunity to help out and to learn how to teach robotics as well. And the younger students respond so well to the older students. The idea here overall is that you create the connections in the community that, we are a community that does robotics. When I go to high school, this is what robotics looks like. And then the high school students know the middle school students and can reach out to them and invite them to robotics when they come into the high school.
I think that the robotics program is in a great position to build upon the strong foundation of student engagement and motivation and support that's been in place for this period of time. We now have a robotics director, so someone who full-time can be steering the initiative and the interests of the kids to continue to build upon those strengths. We have the facilities and the resources to really support the best work that students can do. So I think what we'll be able to see is students extending beyond what is already in place, the ways that they can apply the robotics learning, the kinds of problems that they'll be able to solve. I also think that there's a great deal of organic interest in seeing how the types of thinking and design skills, computational approaches that really manifest in robotics can play out throughout the curricular program.
I think the mill's awesome. Again, like I said, it's great to have all these different resources and stuff to do. Some 5 or 6 3D printers, a lathe, all that stuff, which is really nice. You can kind of gives you a place to innovate, which is really nice.
I really like the design element. I think I learned so much last year and this year. This year, much more like how to build and how to design something, and last year, how to physically build something and how to cut metal and things like that, which I never would have known. And also the social aspect is great. I made so many good friends because you spend so much time with these people.
It's very enjoyable because there's so many different aspects that all have to come together. So there's 3 design leads, which I'm one of. There's a CAD lead, electronics lead, and there's so many different leadership positions and so many different aspects, and we all have to come together and combine all our skills to make a robot, and that's very exciting.
During the robotics season, the mill kind of feels like a second home since we're there all the time and working on our projects. And I really love the space. I think that everyone who's in robotics has really learned all the different areas of the mill. Like there's always areas of the mill to learn more about, like different things that, for example, like laser cutting or 3D printing or stuff that you can learn more about. But it also feels like a place where you can really just do things.
ASL can provide these capabilities and go compete in places like New York or places like Shenzhen, where robotics is really big. But ASL provides these facilities that you cannot find at other schools.
Hi, my name is George Caribbean. I'm co-founder of PaymentSense. PaymentSense is a disruptive tech company in the payment space, and we are based out of London. It's not too long ago that the ASL robotics team came into our offices and they pitched to what is probably the toughest crowd in our business. It was the tech and product teams. These people are real geeks and not an easy crowd. I must say, the kids absolutely blew us away with their competence, their passion for robotics, and their humility. They were incredible. For us adults, it was like peeking into a future, a really amazing future. It's also a testament to the quality of the robotics program at ASL and the quality also of the faculty.